off strength, including Leupolz. What a goal! What a goal! In a half of great ones.
Hello Indian Blues and welcome back to She Talks Chelsea, a show where I, Radha Gupta, bring you up to speed on all things Chelsea women. I'm sure you know that already, but if you're new here, let me remind you of our previous 4 episodes featuring the likes of Fran Kirby, Magdalena Eriksson, Millie Bright that you can catch on the Chelsea FC Facebook page or the She Talks Ball YouTube channel. Now, as promised in this episode as well, we will be talking to a player, none other than trophy-winning German international Melanie Leupolz. But before that, let's take a look at what happened in the month gone by. Let's talk about the Continental Tires Cup. The Blues secured a place in the final by beating Manchester United 3-1 in the semi-final, thanks to goals from Pernilla Harder, as usual, Jessie Fleming, as well as Jess Carter. This means that we will be in the final playing the other side of Manchester City. There seems to be no competition without us facing Man City at least once. That match will take place on Saturday, 5th March at 10:45 p.m. Indian time. Everyone must be up and backing the Blues. Let's go, girls! February saw us beat Manchester City 1-0 in our Women's Super League campaign. The winning goal was backed by Guro Reiten, who nodded in a sublime cross sent in by Jess Carter. Make sure you watch the highlights if you haven't already. But that put us in very, very good stead going to the rest of the campaign. Post that match, we faced Arsenal, our rivals and league leaders at the moment. It was a highly anticipated game. Unfortunately or fortunately, neither team was able to break down the other's defense and the game ended 0-0. This means the title race is wide open. It's crunch time, girls. Talking about our FA Cup form for this season, the Blues actually advanced to the FA Cup quarter-finals after beating Leicester City 7-0 back at Kingsmeadow. We have braces from Pernilla Harder, from Sam Kerr, and Ji Soyeon, Bethany England and Anique Nouwen all got on the score sheet. It was Anique's debut goal for Chelsea. Congrats to her for that. And goals galore. We hope to see the same come the quarterfinals, semi-finals and hopefully the final as well. Let's keep it going. And now a quick rewind of the AFC Women's Asian Cup that took place in India in February. China actually defeated Korea Republic in the final, coming back from 2 goals down. Ji Soyeon's penalty wasn't enough to see her take the title home, but nevertheless we're super proud of her efforts and the silver medal. In other news, Sam Kerr won the Golden Boot for the tournament. No surprises, she just can't stop scoring, can she? And now, the time that you all have probably been waiting for, thank you for being patient, we have a chat with German international Melanie Leupolz. I absolutely loved speaking to her and hopefully you enjoy this conversation as well. Let's go. So firstly, Melanie, welcome to She Talks Chelsea. And how are you? How has the season been so far? How are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I just enjoy every single game and being part of this amazing squad. Of course, last year was really successful for us. We won everything besides the Champions League. This year, we also dropped a few points recently, but still other teams did the same. So it's still really interesting. So yeah, I think we can be really happy with the season so far. Still, it's a long way to go, but it's just nice to compete with this team every single week.
Yeah, and of course, the season has been very competitive. We've been following along. Congratulations on making it to the Continental Tires Cup final. Of course, we're playing Manchester City. I don't think we can ever, be part of a tournament without facing them. You played a vital role in winning that trophy last season. What are your expectations from the final this time around?
Like you said, it's really competitive. We always play against them. It's always hard when you play teams many times because then they can prepare even better for you. But still, we just want to win the title. Our team is really hungry for winning titles, so we will do everything for that. So I'm really positive and confident that we can also win this game.
And I mean, it's safe to say that you've settled very well as part of the squad, but moving to a new country can be difficult for some. So how was the experience settling into England and which players from the team helped you the most?
Yeah, my team was really welcoming. It was pretty easy to settle in the team. They were really kind in the beginning, and especially our captain Magda was helping, and she's always helping the new players to settle in and to helping where she can. So that was pretty easy. Also, our manager, Emma, she was really supportive and talking a lot to new players. That helped me also. So yeah, it went really quick until I felt like a big part of the team, and that's what's really nice.
And you mentioned Emma. I wanted to ask you about your relationship with Emma Hayes, because every player and manager have a very different bond. And what is your relationship like with her? How does she guide you and mentor you?
Yeah, I think she's really good in motivating. I really like that before the games. But as a personality, I think we have many similarities. We often think the same way, and that helps our relationship. Sometimes we talk about tactics. She's really interested in it because, like I said, in Germany, it was a big part of the game. So she's asking me, what do you think about our tactics and what can we improve? So it's a big exchange with her and really open conversations. So yeah, she makes it really pretty easy.
That's just lovely to hear. And of course, you've settled in well. You've scored a lot, assisted a lot, been a big contributing factor to the team. You've won a lot as well. Do you have a fondest memory with the club so far?
I would say the whole first season was so impressive for me. Like you said, coming to a new country, everything was so new and you don't know what you can expect and how everything will go, but everything went so perfect and I just enjoyed every single minute. So I cannot pick one title, but it was just the whole season, competing from week to week with the team and being part of this amazing squad.
I think even with our previous interviews with Fran and Magda, they've not been able to mention a title. They've always mentioned the process, and I think it is very similar for you, so that's nice to hear. In one of your interviews, again, you've mentioned that you love Asian fusion cuisine. Have you had any experiences with the Indian food cuisine too?
Yeah, I think there are many restaurants in London and I really like to try different restaurants, and I really like the food, all the nice spices and the vegetables, chicken, rice. It's really lovely. I really like Indian food.
I think all the Indians listening will be thrilled to hear that. Melanie, just towards the end, we'd like you to answer a few rapid fire questions. I'm going to ask you to spill a few secrets from your teammates. Who is the loudest person on the pitch?
Oh, that's hard. I would say Chas Carter.
Oh, that's interesting. And of course, while everyone is skilled in their own way, can you pinpoint one person who's maybe the most skillful in training?
Most skillful, I would say Fran Kirby.
Okay. And any teammates with interesting hidden talents that maybe the audience doesn't know about?
I think Pernille is really good in dancing. You should ask her.
We'll have to get her on the show and ask her about that. Melanie, finally, Indian football has been picking up over the years with more and more women developing an interest in the sport and us competing in the Asian Cup as well. Could you maybe share a message for footballers in India who are still young and are trying to make it big in that world?
Yeah, if girls or boys just love to play football, they should do it. They shouldn't listen to any other people. I had the same when I was young. So many people said, girls don't play football, but I just did what I love, and that's what's made me successful. And I'm really happy that I can tell football my job. I earn money with it, but I'm still really happy to do it every single day, and the girls should just do the same. They just should enjoy and do what they love.
Do what you love. I think that's a perfect way to end this interview, Melanie. Yes. It's been an honor speaking to you, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this. Looking ahead to all the competitions that Chelsea is still a part of, we will face Manchester City in the Continental Tires Cup final on Saturday, 5th March at 10:45 p.m. IST. It promises to be a thrilling game, so make sure you tune in and back the Blues. We resume our WSL campaign on 11th March, where we visit our London rivals West Ham, followed by a home fixture on 13 March versus Aston Villa. The Blues will then face Everton, Tottenham and Leicester as they aim to top the table and add pressure to the current league leaders, Arsenal, by the end of the month. Let's see how that goes. Remember that you can catch all domestic competitions on the FA Player, so there are absolutely no excuses for missing out on watching the Blues. All the best, girls, we are right behind you. That brings us to the end of episode 5 of She Talks Chelsea. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end. Do drop a comment on how you like this episode and maybe who you want to see in episode 6. Until next time, everyone, take care and keep the blue flag flying high.